Our guests are here to share their personal journeys and provide a first-hand account of what it is like to be a part of the Graduate Student at Large program. This episode serves as a guide for prospective students, lifelong learners, and anyone curious about the program's inner workings. During our conversation, we'll uncover the program's core features, including the courses that left a lasting impact, the renowned professors who guide students, and the dynamic environment that fosters intellectual growth. Additionally, we'll explore the challenges and rewards of being part of this academic community and discuss how it has shaped the careers and lives of our alumni. So whether you're considering the Graduate Student at Large program or simply intrigued by the possibilities it offers, Conversations at Large is your ticket to discovering the opportunities and insights it can bring to your academic journey. So join us as we unveil the world of academic exploration through the Graduate Student at Large program at the University of Chicago. Besides the actual classroom experience at the University of Chicago, for you, Jojo, in the Chicago booth, and for you, Nina, in graduate courses at the Harris School of Public Policy as a GSAL student, I'm sure our listeners would love to hear about what resources and support you had as a GSAL and GSAL-B students. Perhaps you first, Nina?
Sure. So besides bragging about you, which I will leave to Jojo to do.
Sure.
For me, I think two main things. One of them is the U Chicago grad that helped me really look at every aspect of my applications for both the National Science Foundation Fellowship application, which was very intense, and also the PhD applications, which, if you know, they're also extremely lengthy and involved.
So just to interject, can you tell us a little bit for our listeners what U Chicago grad is? It's a group of coaches and advisors.
Yeah, so they have advisors and coordinators and experts. For example, when it came to the NSF, they have a dedicated person who was an expert into the NSF fellowship, Fulbright. They have experts into these fellowships, and they can give you, for example, I had, dozens of essays from winning individuals from the past and also ones who didn't get it. So I was able to really look through and compare. They have people who also would look at your statement and get to know you, get to know your story, and be able to restructure it into what you need it to be to show who you are. They also had people just look through my thesis and correct the English, since that's not my native language.
Yes.
I mean, they have experts in all areas, and they were extremely, extremely helpful. So even, if I wasn't a student in the regular way, as a GSL student, you are able to access all these resources, which was an amazing thing. It takes away a lot of the stress.
Yes, it does. Wonderful. Jojo.
Yeah, for me, I have to say the most important experience I had from GSLB is the academic advisories I got from you, Esther.
Well, I'm the academic advisor.
Yes. And it's offered for all the GSL and GSB students. I remember we always have the monthly mentor meeting and you're talking about my stories and how to find a niche for my application.
Yes.
And it's really helped me to really build a unique story and to just get my foot into the door.
Yes.
And but I think it's just actually beyond that because it's really give me a time to really reflect and to look deep about what's my value and also really give me a meaning and really just figure out a way about really what's my long-term view and what's my vision there. I think that is very, very invaluable and very I think no one can take that away from me. So thank you.
Oh, yes. And of course, we do have our GSAL alumni as well as the current students in terms of our weekly gatherings and meetings for happy hours. Yes.
Which was, oh my God.
During coronavirus. Yes, during COVID, yes.
When I joined, it was COVID.
That's
so
right.
I moved to Hyde Park, didn't know anybody. We weren't in classrooms to meet people.
Right, yes.
So having that weekly happy hour was such a, oh my gosh, we are so grateful that you did that. I got to meet so many people, build a community, laugh and talk about, our concerns, and also met students that were applying. So we got to be supportive of each other as we were applying. So thank you for that.
Yeah, I agree because I love the happy hour.
Yes.
And also I love it because it's a close community.
Yes.
So that you can just get connected with a lot of students. For example, I just connected with Claire.
That's right.
Now we just really be a close friend. We lunch together.
Yes.
And we are very supportive of each other when
Yes.
just doing the application process.
Yes.
And also I miss a happy hour.
Always welcome.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Come back.
Welcome back to Conversations at Large, where I am having a wonderful conversation with two of our GSAL alumni, Nina Karkaban and Jojo Chui. So I have another question. I would love to hear your thoughts on where you see your life's work in, say, 10 years from now. Where do you see yourself? Do you still see yourself in the United States, in Chicago? And where do you see yourself? So come on, guys. How about you, Nina?
Yeah, that's the big question.
Yes.
So ultimately, I would love to be able to become a professor at a research university, where I would like to be able to do research that has policy implication. And as I mentioned earlier, hopefully have a positive impact, especially on marginalized groups. And I think also as part of being a professor, I love the teaching part.
Yes.
And I had professors during my education who have mentored me, and that's why I'm where I am today. And so I would like to be able to pass it forward and do the same thing for students, especially women, people of color, people who now, if we look at the statistics, there are very, very few especially women of color in advanced degrees.
Yes.
That is extremely rare. And so there is a pipeline issue that I hope to help remedy in my research, but also in the way that I'm teaching and mentoring students. So that is my ultimate goal.
That's wonderful.
And so we'll see.
That's wonderful, Professor Kirkaban.
Thank you.
Jojo, where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Wow, we really share something in common because I also want to be the advocate for women of color, but in the commercial real estate.
Yes.
Yeah. Ideally, I want to be a leader in commercial real estate so that I can have the influence and power and to do what I want. I want to just really build a network and also build a mentorship program to empower those women of color and to take the leadership positions in commercial real estate. And also maybe we can create a funding program for them to really seek advanced education classes and maybe just certifications that are necessary for them to achieve next level. And also maybe we can just build a broader network, maybe worldwide, and to glue all the women in commercial real estate together and to get our voice bigger. That is also that is my goal.
That's wonderful. Wonderful. Until next time, stay curious and keep the conversation going. You can contact us and learn more about the Graduate Student at Large program at gsal.uchicago.edu. This is Esther Pandian-Risky signing off from Conversations at Large. Take care.